What's up, y'all? I just wanted to first thank everybody that reached out to me, checking to see if I was cool after everything that happened with George Floyd. Um, Most of the people that know me know that this kind of thing really touched home. I'll tell you a quick story. I took my kids to go see Selma, and before the movie started, my son Isaiah asked me, he looks over and says, "Dad, are you gonna cry?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't cry in movies. Like, what I look like?" And immediately when they showed the scene of the cops beating everybody crossing the bridge and things like that, it hit me hard. I broke out in tears. That was the first time my kids ever saw me cry. There's a reason for that. You know, this is for all my friends out there that don't understand why people are so upset about it. Not that obviously this is the first time or anything like that. We're just fed up. We're sick. We're tired because you guys that have never dealt with this are seeing it now on video. So now it seems like, what the heck? Why is this going on? I didn't know. No, this has always been going on. In 1994, I was 19 years old. It was me, my brother Ray, all the fellas was with us. We were out at East Ridge Mall in San Jose shopping. We went out to just get some Christmas gifts. It was literally, I think it was December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. We were doing some last minute shopping and on our way to a party. As we're walking through the mall, my boy Mike yells out to another friend of ours, "What up, Tevin?" This cat we used to know looked like Tevin Campbell. So Mike yells out, "What up, Tevin?" And he's like, "Oh, shut up, Mike." My brother and I were actually inside of the old Sam Goody. All my old San Jose friends, y'all remember Sam Goody, my homegirl Jonah. She used to actually work there. So we were in there saying what's up to Jonah. And as we left Sam Goody, we're walking out, and the security guards grab my brother Ray. And they say, "Where's the rest of your posse? Where's your crew?" My brother's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Get off me." And I hear all of this, but I didn't realize it was my brother that they were doing to until he said, "Get off me." So I turn around, and I'm like, I put my brother behind me. I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, "You and your gang gotta leave." It's like, "My gang? What are you talking about? Like, where's the rest of your crew? Where's the rest of your posse?" Like, my friends are right there in front of me. Why? What do we do? Like, I'm thinking maybe one of them stole something. Like, because I know I didn't do anything. My brother didn't do anything. Again, we were in Sam Goody chilling. So they start to follow me onto that ramp, that old school ramp that used to be there. It used to be those two ramps where Sam Goody was, over by where that Macy's was. And they told me, "You guys need to leave the mall." I'm like, "Okay, I'll leave, but just tell me what I did. I need to know what we did while we're getting kicked out. So we don't have to give you a fucking reason. Just shut the fuck up and leave." I refused. I told them I demanded to speak to mall management, and I needed to understand because I was a paying customer like everybody else was in the mall. They ignored me, continued to curse at me, and then finally told me that I had to leave immediately. So my boys all come over, Lloyd and all those guys, they're like, "Yo, just whatever, dog. We were gonna leave anyway." So I'm like, "All right, fine." We were parked by the old Emporium, which is on one side of the mall. Sears was on a whole nother side of the mall. They told us we gotta leave over by Sears. I'm like, "Well, my car is over by Emporium. If I leave and go over on the Sears way, I'm gonna have to walk around the entire mall. I'm gonna be on your property longer. So just let me go to my car." They said, "If you don't fucking do what we tell you to do, you're gonna get arrested." So I dropped my bags. I raised my hands up in the air, held them up like I'm under arrest, and I said to everybody, all the people passing by watching, "I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm trying to leave the mall. My car is parked over here. Everyone sees that I'm trying to leave." And I went to go walk around the guard, and he grabbed me from behind and he choked me. He choked the shit out of me in front of my brother and my friends. Every last one of them could attest to this shit. They grabbed me. They choked me. They slammed me to the ground. I never knew what I did. I was 19. My brother pointed to them and said, "You guys are choking my brother." And they arrested him for pointing and saying that they're choking me. I couldn't breathe. I started kicking anything and everywhere around me because I couldn't breathe. I just went limp. I kicked a coffee cup or something and splashed on people that were standing by watching this happen. They pulled out their sticks and flashlights and stuff to push my friends back. And I got arrested. When we go to the back and we asked them what we did, my mother was in the mall that day. She had to come back there and see her 2 boys in handcuffs that had never did anything wrong. They told my mom that we were inciting a riot, disturbing the peace, and resisted arrest for walking out of Sam Goody and walking through the mall. We spent the night in jail that day, 2 days before Christmas. 18 and 19 years old, not knowing what was going to happen. And, we ended up going to the lawyer to see what could be done. The lawyer told us the mall is private property. The moment they told us to leave, we should have just left. That moment that we refused to leave, we were breaking the law. To this day, I still don't understand what happened, but that was on my record for a year. I lost my job at the time, and I had to put on my actual resume, or fill out applications and say that I had a record, that I had been in jail. I had to put that on there. Even if it's a misdemeanor, you have to put that on there. I couldn't get a job for a while until it finally was off of my record after my probation was up. And that stuck with me. And every time these things happen, it hits me hard. And the only people that get to see these tears and the only people that get to see how much it affects me are my kids. If you're not afraid, for me, be afraid for my kids. Rest in peace, George Floyd.